Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to ABS and staying put. I come to you with a very special presentation tonight. Of course, I will still open the phones and allow you to come in with your contributions, but this is going to be a short or a brief presentation tonight. But still, I will open the phone lines to let you come in with your contributions. I wanted to do this as an open mic, but I got a very special message to Cameroonians and to the citizens of La République du Cameroon out there watching and listening to the sound of my voice tonight. And this has to do with what is going on in Iran and the opportunity that Cameroonians, citizens of Cameroon had, but allow it to go unnoticed, to go uneventful. That is the subject of the message I bring to you today. And for Cameroonians, I say we are on the right path. We are on the right path. All this is the subject of the special message that I bring to you today. Please stay tuned, and if you are watching by way of the social media, go ahead, hit your share button and let everybody out there know the anchor man is live tonight. Please hit your like and subscribe button if you are watching by YouTube. And if you are watching on Facebook, please hit the share button. Let us quickly populate this platform. I have a really encouraging, educative, and informative message. I consider it a special message that I bring to you tonight. So hit your share button and your like and subscribe button on YouTube. I will be right back.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking there at images emerging from Iran. Over 100 cities have joined the protest, the uprising, which escalated in Tehran about 2 weeks and counting at the moment. Over 100 towns and cities have joined the protest. And as you find on your screen, the title is Cameroonians. Cameroonians, this is how you take your freedom. This is how freedom is won. And if you are doubting what escalated, what provoked this popular rising in Iran, was the death of a young lady called Amini. I think you will see her face in one of the posters on the screen. She was picked up in Tehran, killed she died in detention, and she was picked up because she did not wear her headscarf. And eventually she died in prison, and this provoked this. Then eventually, a few weeks later, hunger, inflation, unemployment provoked all what you are seeing now. This is a young lady who died in prison, whose death provoked what you are seeing now. Now, I will bring you a very special message related to this and applied to Cameroon and applied to Ambazonia. But before I take you to that very special message, I'd like to send a word of congratulations to Ambazonia restoration fighters. I'd like to send a word of congratulations to Ambazonia restoration fighters, especially those in Bui, the Bui Unity Warriors, and those in Ngo Ketunjia. A few days ago, I was sent an audio message of one of the commanders in Bui lamenting the harassment of civilians along the stretch of road between Kumbo and Bamesim, Ngo Ketunjia. And the general was lamenting how civilians are being abducted, public transportation vehicles are being harassed, drivers are picked up, taken to the bushes, and ransoms are collected from them, making life very miserable for the people who live in that area and people plying that piece of road. And after consulting with the fighters in Ngo Ketunjia, it seems that there was no solution. And so the commander in Bui put out an audio. The commander in Bui put out an audio telling drivers plying Bui to Bamenda to avoid using or passing through Ngo Ketunjia. In fact, they diverted the road from Bui to Bamenda to Bui Fumban Bamenda. And it was painful to listen to this commander lament the condition and the abductions going on between Bui and Ngo Ketunjia Bamenda Road. And just to protect the civilians and the drivers and the passengers plying that road, the Bui commander said effective immediately, no driver should use Bui, Ngo Ketunjia, Bamenda in heading to Bamenda. Rather, they should leave Bui, Kumbo, go through Fumban, and then back to Bamenda. And I was really upset, really upset listening to that announcement. This is a general, the commander who is in the bush trying to do the right thing. But at the other end of Ambazonia, the same neck of the wood in Ngo Ketunjia, some other fighters are doing something entirely different, something that should not be done. And so I was really upset about it, and I tried to reach out to the Ngo Ketunjia commander. But before I could do that, the Ngo Ketunjia fighters, commanders, they put out their own audio, essentially thanking their brothers in Bui and telling them going forward, there will be no more harassment, there will be no more abductions, no more checkpoints on the road, no more harassment of public transport and passengers plying the road. And they talked of collaboration between the two fighters, not only between the two, in all of Ambazonia. I particularly heard him say, if a fighter has to leave Ngo Ketunjia and go to Mezam fighters must be notified. If they have to go to the southern zone, the fighters where the location they are going to in the southern zone, the fighters there must be notified. I thought that was such solidarity, long expected. And so today I really want to appreciate the fighters in Ngo Ketunjia for reasoning with their brothers, their commanders in Bui. And I also, of course, like to really appreciate the fighters in Bui for standing up for the civilians, That is what this struggle is about. I have said it again and again and again, ladies and gentlemen. This struggle is not against our people. The idea that you will stand on the road and harass transport vehicles with your own brothers and sisters in that vehicle. When you pick up the driver of a public transport vehicle, who do you think you are implicating? Who do you think you are leashing pain onto? You are leashing pain onto your own brothers and sisters who are the occupants of that vehicle. Because when you pick the driver, the passengers are stranded. They have nowhere to go. They have nobody to look to. They cannot even call you for help. We really think that if you are an amber restoration fighter, you should be in the position where the civilians, once they have encountered a problem, you should be the person they call for help, and not La République du Cameroon's criminal security forces. Your own people should not want to run away from you when they see you. They should want to embrace you. They should want to, support you and not run away from you. And so I really think what the Bui warriors are doing, they should be congratulated for daring to step out to fight and protect the civilians. This thing we are doing is for the civilians. It is because of them that we are fighting. And if you are fighting and they are running away from you, it means you are no longer fighting for them. It means you are fighting against them. But again, I really want to appreciate the solidarity, the amicable settlement that took place between the two camps, and I really hope that leaving Bui, going up to, ladies and gentlemen, imagine, think about this. Leaving Bui to Bamenda, you have to go through Fumba. Think about it. You have to leave Bui and go. I have not used that road. I don't know how it looks like, but I know that it is longer. It is longer, takes much more time than leaving Bui, going through Ngoketunjia to Bamenda. Not Bui, Fumba, Bamenda. Think about that. So, again, the commanders in Bui, the commanders in Ngoketunjia, that is the spirit. The fact that you didn't wage war against each other, you didn't plan to target each other, that is what it should be. We should all be in solidarity and lift up the hands of each other, encourage each other, encourage the civilians. The civilians should see you like people fighting for their freedom, for their liberty, and not people fighting to kidnap them or take ransoms from them. That is what it should be. I am not by this saying you cannot ask support from the civilians. In fact, asking support from the civilians is normal. But if you force it upon them, that is where the problem is. If you say, hey, civilians, please help us. We are in the bush fighting for your liberty, for the liberty of your children, the freedom of your children. I bet you they will do that. I have seen so many commanders in different communities, different local governments in Ambazonia since the escalation of this conflict, who did not take ransoms from anybody. Yet, civilians were there to support them with food, material stuff, and even with money. Even with money. Civilians on ground zero, if there was the right approach to them, they will support this conflict financially without any composure. They will just do it. Can you imagine the population of Ambazonia on ground zero? At least 7 million people. Just imagine if of the 7 million people, just 4 million were giving each restoration fighter camp in their community $2,000, maybe a month, willingly, not push, not force, for those who can afford it. Money will not be a problem to the struggle and to the fighters on the ground. But when you go forcing them, we have condemned this thing. Ayaba used to do this thing. We condemn it. They kidnap people. We condemn it. They take ransom from people. We condemn it. We cannot accommodate it any time. because it grows fatigue in the minds of our people and only retard our progress. And so let me end it there. I really appreciate what the Bui fighters and the Ngo Ketunjia fighters have done, and I hope that other fighters in different communities will copy that example, the ability to mutually resolve their differences and to work as a team. Very, very important, and it is something that other camps should emulate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I take you into my main special presentation of the day, I'd like to I will take a short break out. When I come back, I will do the special presentation, a very special message that I have for Ambazonians and La Republic citizens. Please don't touch your remote. After I do that presentation, I will open the phone lines and take your calls, perhaps for the next 1 hour, and we'll call it a night. I'll be right back.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put. Again, you are looking there on your screen, the uprising, the people's uprising in the Islamic Republic of Iran. And in this message I consider very special that I'm about to bring to you, I really pray and wish Cameroonians would learn a lesson. And for Ambazonia, you will learn how to prevail. You will learn how to prevail. You will be encouraged to prevail. In this 9-year-old war, 9 years old war that La République du Cameroon imposed upon us, we've bought it for 9 years. October will make it 10 years. That is a decade. The 2 cubes of sugar have gone for a decade, and they have not dissolved. They are not dissolving. And I hope that Cameroon authorities, the cronies, the regime, I hope they learn their lesson that Ambazonia isn't about to give up, to surrender. It is not going to happen. We don't have the last man standing yet. When we get there, we will say maybe it is over. We are not yet there. It's not going to get there. And so I really hope that everybody listening to the sound of my voice will grab something, learn something, and be inspired of something as you listen to me in this very special message that I bring to you. But first of all, this is what is going on in Iran. Take a look.
Thousands filling the streets. Human rights groups say at least 65 people have been killed and 2,300 detained in demonstrations that began in Tehran almost 2 weeks ago, sweeping across the country in response to Iran's crashing currency and struggling economy. Iran's leaders shut the internet down on Thursday, sparking fears of a crackdate. Media showed only pro-government demonstrations, claiming wider unrest had been limited. But the few social media videos that have made it through the internet blockade tell a different story of huge crowds chanting death to the dictator and government buildings on fire. Thousands filling the streets. Human rights groups say at least 65 people have been killed and 2,300 detained in demonstrations that began in Tehran almost 2 weeks ago, sweeping across the country in response to Iran's crashing currency and struggling economy. Iran's leaders shut the internet down on Thursday, sparking fears of a crackdate. Media showed only pro-government demonstrations, claiming wider unrest had been limited. But the few social media videos that have made it through the internet blockade tell a different story of huge crowds chanting death to the dictator and government buildings on fire. Thousands filling the streets.
The protests now convulsing Iran did not arrive suddenly, nor were they accidental. They were the inevitable eruption of a people pushed beyond endurance, a people long denied dignity, political agency, and economic justice. What the world, ladies and gentlemen, is witnessing on the streets of Tehran, Isfahan, Shiraz, Mashhad, and dozens of other cities is not merely anger. It is accumulated rage, finally confronting fear. The immediate trigger was the death of Mahsa Amini, a young Iranian woman who died in custody after being arrested by what Iran calls the morality police for allegedly violating dress codes. Her death shocked the conscience of a people already suffocating under repression. But to imagine that her killing alone produced these nationwide protests would be to misunderstand the Iranian uprising. Mahsa Amini's death was not the cause. It was the spark that ignited a warehouse full of grievances. For years, Iranians have endured economic collapse driven by international sanctions, corruption, and elite mismanagement. Inflation has devastated household incomes. Youth unemployment has robbed an entire generation of hope. Elections tightly controlled by clerical gatekeepers. They have become hollow rituals rather than instruments of change. In Iran, women live under constant surveillance, their bodies controlled, their freedoms criminalized. Ethnic minorities face systemic exclusion. And above all, the state has governed through fear, arbitrary arrests, torture, forced confessions, and executions. This time, however, fear fractured. What began as scattered demonstrations quickly transformed into a nationwide uprising. University campuses became epicenters of resistance. Women removed their headscarves in public, daring the state to respond. Funerals of those killed by security forces turned into new protests, creating a grim but powerful circle of defiance. Despite internet shutdowns and censorship, images and testimonies spread across the world, amplifying solidarity and outrage. The protests cut across class, gender, and ethnicity. This is not a bread riot or single-issue movement. It is a collective rejection of a system many Iranians now openly consider illegitimate. The state's response has been predictably brutal. Hundreds killed, including children, thousands injured, tens of thousands arrested, including students, journalists, lawyers, artists, ordinary citizens. courts issued death sentences after sham trials designed not for justice but intimidation. Responsibility for this violence is unambiguous. It lies with the Iranian state, its security forces, and a leadership that has chosen survival over humanity. International reaction has followed a familiar script. The United States and the European Union or European governments have condemned the violence against citizens, imposed targeted sanctions, and voiced support for Iranian protesters. Diplomats spoke of human rights and accountability, yet beyond rhetoric and sanction, the response remains restrained. Geopolitical calculations, nuclear negotiations, regional stability, oil markets once again temper moral urgency. The Iranian leadership, sensing this limitation, tightened repression and apparently is waiting for fatigue to set in, and so they can go on as
Human
usual.
rights groups say at
And
least
yet,
65
despite
people have
everything,
been killed and
Iranians
2,300
continue to
detained
rise.
in demonstrations.
That image of millions confronting a heavily armed state has traveled far beyond Iran's borders. It should force uncomfortable reflections elsewhere, but especially in La République du Cameroon. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what is unfolding in Iran today is precisely what many Cameroonian citizens expected, even hoped, would happen in the aftermath of the rigged October 12th election. That moment was supposed to be the breaking point in Cameroon. The regime's fraud was brazen, its legitimacy exposed. The conditions were ripe for mass resistance in Cameroon, but it did not happen. Shamefully, Cameroonians did not rise, not even symbolically. There was no nationwide shutdown, no sustained civil resistance, not even a 3-day ghost town capable of signaling collective refusal. Fear prevailed, and silence triumphed. This truth must be confronted honestly, without excuses or romanticism. Cameroonians as a people felt that moment. Courage was absent. The opportunity appears to have passed unused. There was a call, clear, direct, and unprecedented. Issa Chiroma called for civil resistance. He did not ask for armed insurrection. He did not ask for violence. He asked for people to stay home, to withdraw consent, to make the country ungovernable for a few critical days only. That moment did not belong to him. It belonged to the people of La République du Cameroon. Only mass participation and mass uprising could have forced the regime's hand. Only a national uprising could have compelled Paul Biya and his cronies to leave office under pressure. But the people did not move. This is not an attempt at all, ladies and gentlemen, to absolve or vindicate Issa Chiroma. His own failures are glaring. He fled hastily, and once in exile, he became largely mute, offering little direction, no sustained strategy, no mobilization capable of channeling public anger. Leadership requires endurance, not just provocation. History will record that failure clearly. Yet, leadership alone cannot substitute for collective will. Even the most brilliant strategy collapses when the masses refuse to act. And the consequences of that inaction are now stark. As things stand today, if the kind of popular uprisings we see in Iran do not occur in Cameroon, the Biya regime will comfortably rule for another 7 years. And when the 7 years are finally over, power will not return to the people. Another Biya, maybe by bloodline, by inner circle, or by proxy, will inherit the state. Because regimes do not fall from moral arguments or social media outrage. No, they do not. They fall when the people make them ungovernable. Cameroon remains governable at this moment, painfully so. But for Ambazonians, the illusion that Issa Chiroma's win was going to unlock a negotiated solution to the conflict has effectively evaporated. It is over. It is gone. That moment has passed. Whatever hope some invested in elite maneuvering within the Cameroonian system has now been exhausted. And yet, paradoxically, this is where clarity emerges. Because unlike the broader La République du Cameroon's population, Ambazonians have not been paralyzed by fear. They have not. They have not waited for permission to resist or to fight. They have paid the price of courage in blood, displacement, and suffering. And they have not surrendered, and they will not surrender. Ambazonians are not cowards. They are strategic. They are resilient. They are fighters. For 9 long years against overwhelming odds, the people of the southern Cameroons have sustained resistance. Armed resistant fighters remain in the bushes because the people continue to support them. They support materially, they support morally and psychologically too. That support has not broken despite hunger, fatigue, and relentless violence. And one truth has become undeniable through these 9 years of war in Ambazonia. It is this: Cameroon cannot defeat Ambazonia. It can burn villages, it can kill civilians, it can manipulate narratives and diplomacy. It can slow the struggle through brutality and exhaustion. But it cannot defeat a people who have resolved to be free. This lesson has been written repeatedly in blood. To deny it now would be an act of self-deception. And to every Ambazonian citizen, this therefore is not a moment for despair. It is a moment for recommitment, a moment for renewal, a moment for every Ambazonian, be he at home or in the diaspora, to reaffirm individually and collectively the resolve for a free and independent Southern Cameroons. A Southern Cameroons where the people elect their own mayors. A Southern Cameroons where the people elect their own governors. A Southern Cameroons where the people elect their own parliamentarians. A Southern Cameroon where schools teach their history, their values and aspirations. A Southern Cameroon where policing serves the people, not terrorizes them. A Southern Cameroon where development is initiated locally. That means roads, hospitals, airports, fire stations, they are built by the people to serve the people, not extract from them. A Southern Cameroon where dignity is not begged for, but institutionalized. Anything less than this would mean that the lives lost, the villages destroyed, the children orphaned, and the 9 years of sacrifice were for nothing, were in vain. That cannot be allowed. Iran should remind La République du Cameroon citizens what courage looks like when fear collapses. Cameroon reminds us what silence costs when opportunity is squandered. Ambazonia reminds us that when a people refuse to surrender, no matter how long the road, history eventually bends in their favor. The struggle continues, and it must continue until freedom is no longer a slogan, but a lived reality. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the special message I brought to you today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the monologue, the special message that I prepared for you today. Again, we must fight. We must fight, and we look forward to the day. The victory is no longer a slogan, not a slogan, but reality. That is our predicament in Ambazonia, and we must continue to stand by it. We got into this in 2016. Many people thought 3 months, 6 months, highest 1 year, we would be in Boya. We would have taken over our country and governed it the way we want. But can you imagine? October will make it 10 years. That is a decade. A decade. And so many who started this work with us have followed. I said in my monologue, we don't have the last man standing yet. That is true, we don't have the last man standing yet, and we are not going to have it. But at this moment, 10 years after, what you have left is what you will call the die-hearted in this struggle. And having looked at what is going on in Cameroon, I was talking to somebody yesterday who has barely supported this struggle. He traveled to Cameroon and he said, if he were living in Cameroon, he would kill somebody because of the way he found the country, the way it was run, the corruption, the fraud, the illegal arrest and the torture. And he was so mad. And I was saying to him, that is the reason we are fighting, we are persevering. If we end this 1 decade after, we have nothing to show for all those La République du Cameroon soldiers have killed in our territory. If we end this after 1 decade, we have nothing for sure for all the homes burnt down, the towns and villages burnt down in our territory by La République du Cameroon, and do not expect La République du Cameroon to come and reconstruct those towns and villages. About 4 years or 5 years after, actually about 3 years after the war began, they come up with this window dressing idea of reconstruction. And they said they voted 92 billion CFA francs for reconstruction. How many years after? What have they reconstructed? Of course, nothing. The Kondo Titi Road, they abandoned it. Now they went to Bamenda and said they are widening the streets of Bamenda, then left it and run. Now they came back, they are there now. Let's wait and see if they don't leave it and run. But reconstruction is not happening, and yet we heard the UNDP, this so-called international organization, coming in for reconstruction. Nothing has happened. Zero. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we cut and run at this moment, we have nothing to show for 10 years of fighting, of spilling blood of our own family members, of our own people. We would have nothing to show for it. The elections in Cameroon have just passed. And everybody, including myself, I was hoping that there was some change over there. That is why, I came here now and then and I talked about the situation in La République du Cameroon. No, we haven't seen anything. Isaac Chiroma is nowhere to be found. He is saying nothing. They say they are fighting in the background. I don't understand what they are fighting in the back. What exactly they are fighting in the background. If it is about world international sanctions, they have not removed any leader, any dictator from power. No sanctions have removed a dictator from power. I don't think Cameroon is going to be the first. So, for Ambazonia, we have fought for 9 years. And all we need to do now is to renew our resolve to maintain the level of our fight against La République du Cameroon. And this leads me to those of you out there who think that it's not about you, it doesn't concern you. Please, it concerns every Ambazonian, even those unborn. And which is the reason why I want to appeal to you. Just imagine these boys in the bush sleeping. You guys know my brother was once the frontline leader on the ground. I'm talking about Field Marshal. One day he sent me the photos, the pictures of the bush area in which they slept every night. They would tie ropes, crisscross roads on trees, suspend it up and put a mattress on it, and they sleep on it. There is no roof, and if it rains that night, they were in trouble. This is what our brothers and sisters are enduring in the bushes to free our land. And all that they need from you is your financial support. And I am appealing to you, consider helping them. Because we cannot, after 9 or 10 years, say, let's leave it, let's move on, let's work with Cameroon, or let's live with Cameroon. We cannot do that after 9 years, ladies and gentlemen. So my appeal to every one of you Ambazonians out there, especially in the diaspora, renew your resolve and your contribution towards a free Amazonia. And I don't think it's going to be long anymore. I just do not think so. I just do not think it is going to be long. I see Sissoko and the rest being released because I think La République du Cameroon is trying to learn something from the message of Issa Chiroma, because Issa Chiroma actually betrayed them. You know how? he made the international community to believe that Cameroon was not taking conflict resolution seriously. When he said, if he should win, in 1 week, he will free every political prisoner. Now, a lot of people in Cameroon is now thinking, I was told by somebody close to power, that they are thinking about calling for negotiations again. I hope that this time they are serious. That's what we're looking forward to. They will be released. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly at the end of this, but we'll have to hold up our own to make sure that any moment we are sitting on any negotiation table, we are not living with drips from La République du Cameroon. We are going there with strength, power to debate, to argue, and to take back what belongs to us. All right. I will open the phone line now and take your contributions. And when you call, remember, make sure that the volume of your television set is turned down. When you call, make sure the volume of your set is turned down before you call. All right, the phone number, I believe, is out there on the screen. So go ahead and call. I'd like to hear from you, especially if you are on ground zero. The phone line is open. Again, before you call, make sure you shut down the volume of your television and focus on your phone when you call. All right? The phone number is there on your screen. I will take a brief break out before I come back. So please, stay tuned as I come back. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put. Again, at this moment, we open the phone lines to take your call and your contributions. Go ahead and call. The number is right there on your screen. Go ahead and call. Let me know what is on your mind, especially if you are on ground zero. I'd like to know what you think about what is happening in Iran. And the lost opportunity that La République du Cameroon citizens had, but shamefully let it go without doing anything. So again, the phone line is there on the screen. I will give the next 8 minutes to this, but in the absence of any callers, I will call it a day. But go ahead and call if you are listening. Go ahead and call if you are listening. Okay, let me get to the first caller here. Hello.
Yeah, Comrade Chris.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Bengui.
Bengui. Wonderful. What is on your mind, sir?
Can you get me? Yeah, I want to say that I think the revolution in Iran it has to make sense to some people in the Republic, because Iran is showing to us that they have to stand on resistance. So we, the Anglophone, we stood up for resistance since 2016, and we have to continue to resist. Believe me, we believe into our independence. Some of us on Team Zero, we believe in our independence. And we do so believe that one day we want to think that we should stay fast in whatsoever we believe. Because what is taking place in Iran today, it shows to us that, they are very, very courageous. Despite the fact the internet has to go off, but they keep on resisting.
Right.
The tyranny government there was shooting and killing people, but they were too resistant. And I believe it what already took place in us. So I believe one day we'll be free. I'm so optimistic. In our struggle, I know we'll be free.
Absolutely. There is no doubt Ambazonia will be free. For citizens of La République du Cameroon, I don't know. I think they had an opportunity which appears to have passed by without making any use of it, because I do not see I do not see any leader who will rise up and challenge Paul Biya by the ballot and take over. That is not going to happen.
There is no leader. There is no leader indeed. There is no leader. There is no leader. There is no leader. Despite the fact they keep on doing what we call a kangaroo system. There is no leader who can rise up and take it and win him in ballots. That's true. That's true.
All right.
Okay, I may be back. Let me give the chance to another person.
Thank you for the call. All right. I see somebody is writing. Good evening, Secretary Chris. I'm writing from Bamenda. Thanks for the great work you are doing. Lately in Bamenda, they have been killing civilians at random. The situation is very bad. All right. Let me get to who is this? Hello. Hello.
Hello, Comrade Chris.
Hello, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from the Kingdom of Finland.
The Kingdom of Finland. Okay, I have been to Finland once. What is on your mind, sir?
Yes, thank you very much. I love your take, your input, what you told the La République citizens concerning this particular issue of Chiroma. The La République citizens, they have fooled Chiroma. They have betrayed him. This is an angel that God sent to them to free them from the bondage. But unfortunately, as weak as they are, as so inconsistent as they are, they've just 3 days goes down, they could not withstand. I just want you to know, and our listeners to know, that because of this marriage that we have been with La République since 1960, it has made some of our people in the southern Cameroonians very weak, and that is why you see our revolution not gaining the momentum that it was gaining. I want to draw your attention. In 2018, 2016, when the revolution started, because there were so many people, they thought this was going to be a war. They thought it was something that was going to take us just 2 months. A lot of people came in, not knowing that this is not going to be a walk in the park. And as weak as, because of the long marriage with La République, that is why some, the majority, I would say majority 80% of Southern Cameroonians they have taken that, they have inherited that particular attitude of La République du Cameroon. So the remaining 20% that is remaining, that is the percentage that is holding this revolution in Southern Cameroon today. So if we can mobilize ourselves, because there is nothing that is going to come from this 80%, I bet you.
That is
they
no,
are
absolutely.
As weak. They are as weak, even weaker than those in the La République, because I cannot imagine people are dying and they don't care. They are outside drinking. Even in Southern Cameroon, you go to beer parlors, you see them drinking. It's like business is, everything is going normal. That is Iran. We can see Iran. The whole Tehran is in this, is outside.
Yeah, right.
12,000 people are already dead, but it has not stopped them.
Right.
Because they have a mission.
Yeah.
To take the regime out. That is their role.
Thank you.
And that is their wish.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Comrade Chris.
Good evening, sir. This must be Comrade Metuge.
Yeah.
From London. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
What is on your mind?
My contribution, yeah, my mind is, what it says is, the Iranian revolution that is still ongoing, comparing to one in Cameroon. I mean, I would say that Iran is being revolution, the present revolution that is being sponsored by the West, America and France and the European Union, other than and Israel, because of the petrol that they have. So they want to take the petrol, they want to defeat Iran, and take everything. They are sponsoring and spending their money. Well, Cameroon, they already have it. They have everything in Cameroon, so they don't need to sponsor.
You may
anybody.
be true. You may be right with that. However, the people sparked it before the Americans and whosoever you're mentioning came up. The people sparked it. The people in Cameroon haven't sparked theirs, not for a second.
The people in Cameroon, what I know about them is that the people who don't care less. They say, "Je m'en fous." Here they speak their friend. On va faire quoi? On va faire comment? Madame, s'il vous plaît, donne-moi un before donne-moi un jabajou. That is what they say. That is what they say, and they move on. I remember Camto once said that if he had the population of, if he was Anglophone and the Anglophone population was behind him, he wouldn't have been the way things are at the moment. So I think we are the people to make these things move, and we are moving, and we are done with them. We are on our own track.
Yeah.
For them, the Francophones can never do anything. See.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the call, sir. All right. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from La République.
Okay, the neighboring La République. What is on your mind, sir? Good evening.
Yeah, I want to say this. It's easy to blame people, but we don't know what is happening with people. I follow this, and I've been following information that are important. But I discovered that so many people make mistakes in life because they don't want to operate on the rules that guides the success. Like Isa Choroma, the first person cannot fail. The second person fail. You come in and still repeat the same system. So the people of La République doesn't have a problem. We are there. The leader has left his children alone. No communication, nothing. Even if you are in exile, you have choose somebody, people are waiting on you. The momentum that was on the ground, it was left for a leader to carry it. The leader has failed. And so there is no way that the people could stand again. Now, let me go to us. We too, we are having the same problem. Like La Republic. Let me say it this way. If we keep on beating what is making us to fail, we'll still remain like that for 20 years. Let's change the game. Let's put more fire. This thing I told you behind, and I'm still calling you that you should get to me behind. There is one man that delivered a city in the Bible. He was not rich. He just gave the people instruction. They did the instruction and everything went on. We should not keep on dying because nothing will change in the Republic, the Cameroon. People are suffering, and you know, when people are in a particular thing for a long time, they don't see into it again coming out. That is what is happening in the ground. Let's go to our side. Let's change the system. Let's change the system. Let's look at where we started and where we are now, and the things the people, let me tell you today, even our people believe in the revolution, and they still believe today. But they need somebody that brings word of going ahead. That is who is a leader. A leader that can just make people to go ahead with this thing. That is what the people need.
You mean a leader who is on the ground, or what are you referring to?
No, brother, the leader should not need to be in the ground. See, when you start something, you need to mobilize, encourage the people, show them the way, show them the vision. They might not understand your vision at the first place, but the way the leader is carrying them, it will tell them that this is the urgency, and the people will follow. Remember, our people were involved, fully involved when we started this thing. We don't blame them. Something got us somewhere. They were defeated with their vision, but a leader has to come in to mobilize the people and to make the people to come as one. I love what you just said there. Let's stand up, and in 2 years we'll quench this thing. 2 years. If we gather ourselves together, 2 years, we'll quench the fire. But we need to add the fire power on the ground.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the call.
You are welcome.
All right. Okay, the phone line is open. Let me see. Somebody writes from Ground Zero. Good evening, Chris. I am from Ground Zero. Please, I don't have a way to call directly, but my own doubt here from La Republique is, why is the new government not yet formed? I don't know which new government he is referring to here. All right. Let's see. Who is this? Hello.
Hello, Comrade Chris.
This is Metro Nikomf.
This is Metro Nikomf from the Netherlands, my comrade. Actually, once again, I always like to appreciate you for the time and the sacrifice you take in sensitizing our people, bringing information to our people. Yes, I call in regard to some comments I hear from one of your viewers saying, like, blaming Southern Cameroon. Listen, I give my heart to the people of the Southern Cameroon who have stood up to a 60s. I mean, we have been under occupation as far back as 1961. People should understand that.
Right.
From that time up to this period, it's a very long time.
And we have been fighting ever since.
Yes, we have been fighting ever since, but it escalated in 2017 when the Republic of Cameroon chose to take helicopter gunship, ambush, kill our people. We started defending ourselves, and we have been defending ourselves steadily. Though mistakes have been made, but to say that we have not achieved anything is an understatement, comrade, please.
Of course, you are very correct.
Clear and clear. These occupiers usually come to our homeland in suits, dressed neatly, and sometimes walk around. But today, they come guarded. They come guarded even in armored cars, and they are still not safe. This is 9 years. We're entering the 10th year right now. The territory is ungovernable. Those who claim they are governing it, they don't even live on it. They live elsewhere, like the Okala Bilai, the Lele Afrik, like all of. They live outside of the territory before they come and administer something from a distance. They know they're not sure of the next day. This is how far Southern Cameroonians have fought to pull these people out, and will push them out. Anybody who thinks that things might one day return to normal as it used to be in those days, please change your nationality, go to the Republic of Cameroon and be there. Whether you are the unelected mayor, the unelected senator, the unelected MP, you don't belong to our homeland. You might come there guarded with the armies, gendarme, or beard. They will guard you. You are not even sure of the next day. You are always watching your back. Go to La Republic of Cameroon and take your citizenship there, because Ambazonia would never ever be the same again. We must free our homeland. And to me, the Ambazonia is free because it's ungovernable. Whether the people of the Republic of Cameroon decide to stand up and take their country, whether Chiroma and Sapien, Kamto has been talking for years, hitting hard, swearing limestone and fire. What has he done? He's defending a case in the court. They are arresting his members in front of the court, taking them to jail 7 years now, and Kamto has never even called, despite the population that he has. He doesn't have the courage to even call for a mass sit-down boycott demonstration against the regime. All talk, no action, the people of the Cameroon. They cannot be compared to the resilient people of the Southern Cameroon. We give ourselves a pat on the back. We make mistakes, but we are moving forward. Yeah. Yes, our fighters, our liberation fighters are on the ground, untrained, but they have defeated the professionally trained by the Israeli or the highest trained people in the world, but they are unable to go and defeat our people. They go to our town, burn our houses, rape our women, but they cannot confront the fighters, the untrained fighters. That is a milestone. That's an achievement, my people. Congratulations to the people of Southern Cameroon. We are moving forward and we will reach there. I give a pat to and I salute every fighter. Anywhere you are, defend your people. The people are the reason why you took guns to stand and defend them. Don't go against them. Those who are that they go and take guns again and come, and then they are extorting money from our people. We're counting them. Aka is there. We will come after them one by one. As soon as we get our country reinstated, we will go after them. The Akas are there. Even before I go, Mr. Chris, all our people, those who are sitting on the fence, watching, doing nothing, calling a down at thing, there will be accountability. If you are relying that the Republic of Cameroon will one day be the same again, it will never be the same again. Also, let me confirm you, because he claimed to have won election. There's fighting there. There's confusion there. They don't even have a government. That country is just like, anyway, Southern Cameroon is different from them. Pack their backs and go there, because when Southern Cameroon's independence will fully be restored, there will be accountability. That's all I can bring in right now, comrade. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Definitely that will happen. And for those Ambazonians sitting by the wayside, they think that things are going to remain the same. At the end of the day, we will just go back to be one and indivisible Cameroon. That will never happen again. That will never happen again. And if you are sitting by the sidelines and just watching and saying that will not think, I tell you, the moment will come, and when that moment comes, some of you will tell us where you fought for, where you supported, and how you supported Ambazonia. Let me get to the next caller here. Hello.
Comrade Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm still coming back from Bengui.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Just to tell you, I want us to boost the morale of those who think that we are not going to succeed. Look at what happened just a few days ago to Somaliland. Suddenly Israel just recognized them And
Yeah.
you see how the thing was shaking the whole world.
Not
In short, when they were interviewing one of the ministers-
hold on there. Not only Israel. I read a statement. I think it was yesterday. Ethiopia has
Yes.
also formally recognized Somaliland. Ethiopia has also formally recognized Somaliland. I think I have that statement somewhere. I will look for it. But go on.
Yes, you are right. You are right. You are right. I also followed up. You know, and then Somaliland, when they were interviewing one of the ministers, I think the minister of Colonel, he said that they had their own independence since 1961. It is not of recent that they had their independence. That they had their independence since 1961. So why can we be discouraged? I know we are going. And he was thinking that since Israel had recognized them, maybe United States of America is behind. See, they were the first support of Israel. So I know one day we will have it. We have
Oh
it.
yeah, of course. The U.S. is behind that recognition. There's no doubt about that. Hello. Hello. Okay, I think I lost the caller. But let me see. I have the statement from Ethiopia put out. Where is the date? The date is not here, but this was very recent. A statement put out by Ethiopia recognizing Somaliland as a sovereign state. The letter read, the government of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia has formally recognized the Republic of Somaliland as a sovereign and independent state. And the statement continues, we believe this decision supports peace, stability, and the right of self-determination. I'm sorry, gentlemen, my eyes are not, I'm not having my glasses here. He said, we look forward to strengthening our partnership with Somaliland in areas of trade, security, and independence in the Horn of Africa. We welcome the leadership of Somaliland in Addis Ababa for higher level talks to further our common interests. Again, that is coming from Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, a statement from Ethiopia formally recognizing a sovereign and independent Somaliland. I have been to Somaliland, I think, is it once or twice? And I'm telling you, I have seen people say, oh, why don't you do this? Look at what Somaliland has done. Why can't you guys do that? And I just laugh. What many people do not know is that since 1991, Somalia packed out of Somaliland. And the Somalilanders took control of their territory. They have had, I think, 5 or 6 presidential elections on their own, supervised by themselves. They have their minutes, so they have been on self-rule since 1991. For the caller who mentioned 1961, yes, Somaliland first got independence in 1961. Then, a few years after they joined Somalia. Joining Somalia, they didn't like the treatment in Somalia. They cut off. And when they cut off, Somalia declared war. 1991, with the civil unrest in Somalia, the Somalilanders defeated Somalia. And Somalia pulled out their forces out of Somaliland. And so since 1991, Somaliland has ruled itself. So they have available money at their disposal to do whatever they want. They have their territory. They defend it. They own it. They have their government. And Botswana doesn't have that yet. We don't have any territory that we control. We need money on our own, and so on. So I hope this makes sense for those who are saying, oh, just do this, just do that. Actually, Thailand is another place that has recognized Somaliland. So three countries have recognized Somaliland. Hello. 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 Okay, I think that's a bad network there. So yes, Somaliland has been in this since 1961, beat Somalia 1991, declared themselves an independent state. And since 1991, now think about this, since 1991 that Somaliland drove out Somalia, it is only today. Calculate how many years, 1991 to 2000, that's more than 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. It's only today that Israel is recognizing Somaliland. Ethiopia is recognizing Somaliland. Maybe you are asking, they became independent, they took care of their country since 1991. How were they traveling out? I realized I went there. They were collaborating with Kenya and Ethiopia. If a Somalilander needed a passport, they would go to Kenya and take up a Kenyan citizenship passport or Ethiopian citizenship passport. It was officially arranged. And so they could travel internationally using Kenyan or Ethiopian passport. Let's get to this caller again. Hello. 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 All right, that guy has a bad network. But that was a situation, so it has taken Somalilanders all that time from 1991 to 2005 when they were recognized by Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Israel, an important country in that matter. When Israel recognizes Somaliland, you know that the United States is behind it. And it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. The U.S. will come out and say, we recognize the independence of Somaliland. It took such a long time. But the encouraging thing there is that, ladies and gentlemen, if we are patient, if you are patient enough, it happens. It happens eventually. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, where are you calling from, please?
I thought I was calling ABS.
This is ABS. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ground Zero. I wanted to have been connected.
Yes, you are connected live. What do you have on your mind?
Yeah, let me get to the line direct.
You are live. You are direct. What do you want to contribute?
Yes, I have my own little contribution.
Go on.
But I see somebody on the screen calling different.
Which screen are you seeing? Go on. I'm talking to you live.
Okay. I see directly I'm on the line.
Yes, go on.
I'm on the line.
You are live. Go
yes,
on. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Go on, sir. I'm listening to you.
Yes, I'm on the line, and I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Yes, what contribution do you have?
Yes, I'm calling from Ground Zero.
What is your contribution? Go on.
I want to thank you, Comrade Chris, for your and first and famous. I want to put it clear that we are the cause of our problem. We cannot say a thing and stand by it. we say a different thing and a different thing is walking along them. What is our difficulty of reconciling ourselves in a way that we can put ourselves together, sort out all the differences, and put out our grievances clear to the whole world? Because why am I saying this? If I'm calling from ground zero somewhere around the Bui country, I am looking forward and seeing how the struggle we are taking here. And one thing which is bothering me a lot is these difficulties of movements. Then when we sit here, you get to Bamenda, you pass through several stages. You pass through several control. People come from nowhere, they harass you, they do this and that, and we think that we can build a united front. How can we build a united front when we cannot initiate it from the ground level? To me, I think we should start by restructuring and knowing which is the actual force that is working at each particular point. And
yeah, let me say this. Let me say this. I have made a suggestion to those who command the fighters on the ground. When we started this, we had fighters controlled by different individuals, especially from the diaspora. I have said we have gone past the time that anybody in the diaspora will be saying, those are my fighters, those are my fighters, those are my fighters. And I have spoken to commanders on the ground. It is time they realize that they are not fighting for anybody, any leader in the diaspora. They are fighting for Ambazonia. And if they know...
Yeah, but let me ask you,
hold on, let me finish. Hold on.
We continue to talk like this.
Hold on. Listen to me first. I will give you the opportunity to respond. So, I have suggested that every fighter on the ground recognize that they are fighting for Ambazonia, not for some group in the diaspora, not for some leader in the diaspora, because if they know they are fighting for Ambazonia, they will not be paying allegiances to people, individuals, or groups in the diaspora. And groups in the diaspora will be raising funds to help everybody, not my group or not your group, because the moment one other group is not supported, they default to kidnapping, ransom taking, to keep their business going. So that is the idea I have put out there, and I hope that others will buy into that. Go on.
Yeah, but comrade, we have been saying this thing, and you have been saying we have been supporting, and the same scenario is still going on every day. Is there no other strategy we can put forward to ensure that we put an end and ensure that we know all the fighters along all the line? Is there no other strategy we can put forward to see to it that these are the problems in Bamisin, these are the problems in Ngotunja, these are the problems in the Bui, these are the problems here, so that we know that if there is a problem here, we can always question this particular force behind?
Well, again, that goes back to the answer I just gave you. If the fighters are loyal to themselves and answerable to themselves and to their chain of command, not to individuals in the diaspora, there will be more unity amongst them and accountability among them than when somebody in the diaspora says, you go and do that, or you go and do that. People have been locked up in the US here because they send fighters on the ground to go and pick up people and collect money. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense very well, sir. But permit me, let me make this last statement. If we think that we can govern a country, we cannot govern a country when we cannot have access to our own control. And if we have access to our own control, we should be able to have access to tracking those who intrigue in our own territory.
We will have.
We know who is from here to here.
Hold on.
If there is any trespassing within this area, we should be able to trace that this trespassing from this area is within this person's jurisdiction. And what can that person do to prove that I am not sure of whoever took that decision?
That we know. The question is, for as long as this one says, I'm fighting for that person and I am not responsible to you, there is nothing you can do about that, because only the person who they are responsible to can talk to them. Does that make sense? So solving that problem is to say nobody should be answerable to any individual leader or individual group. Let everybody be, every fighter be an Ambazonian, and they have a chain of command. That way, when something happens in Ngoke Tunja, if the chain of command is in Ngoke Tunja, is in Bui, we call the leader and said, why is this happening there? Why is there kidnapping there? What sanctions, what accountability have you taken to sanction this? That is the point I'm saying. Because
thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hold on there. Take for instance.
Yes, my last word
okay,
is that if we continue to fight and take things from the past, nation building entails that take the past, compare with the present, and determine the future.
But we are talking. Hold on. You are trying to make something out of nothing. I'm talking here of the present. You are still going back. You are the one talking of the past. The present is let everybody come together as a team. Those AROFs, they should consider themselves a team with a chain of command, and nobody should pay any loyalty to any organization or group in the diaspora or anywhere or to anybody in jail. That way we can easily coordinate their activities and know exactly who is responsible and who is not, who is kidnapping and who is not, who is taking ransoms and who is not. All right. Thank you for the call. All right. The phone line is still open, and in the next 3 minutes, I will call it a night. All right. Let's see, who is this? Hello.
Yes, Comrade Chris. Please, this is once again Maitre Nikov. I call in regard the on conversation you are having with this current your current caller.
Okay.
Please, he was talking about something allegiance. You made it clear the fighters on ground zero, they should not be paying allegiance to any leader. They are fighting for homeland.
Right.
And this is one strategy I was trying to put. Let me come up with it here, please, sir. The fighters in Boketunja, in Boyo, in Donga, in Mentum, if all the fighters in these various localities can say, what is it that we don't want in our locality? Is it the installed divisional officer or the SDO or any of those services in our district or our county that we don't want? We chase them out. They will chase them out. Don't sit and wait for the army to come and then attack and retreat. No, you be on the offensive and say you, the SDO, the GO, those instituting a different language, whether you are a teacher, you are teaching Francophone or Francacan, whatever in our homeland we don't want, we chase you, we go after you. They cannot be above the fighters. If they target you today, they don't succeed, we have to make you feel uncomfortable in your locality. Then you move out. If you keep sitting there and say, army will come, will attack, army will go back, those GOs are there. Those SDOs are there. Those institutions
whether it's which officer signing what kind of thing that we don't want in our country or in our cities are there. Chase them out by going after them. Don't make them feel comfortable. Let them not be transferred again in our land. Whether they are coming to teach French in our land, we don't want French to be taught in our land again. Those French teachers, all those things that we don't want in our land, go after them. Don't wait for the army. Because the army will come, they will kill some, they go in body bags, they will still recruit some and bring. Whereas these institutions are still installed in our respective cities, towns, and villages. Those areas where they gather and celebrate our enslavement, the grandstand, destroy them.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir, for calling back.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. I'm still here. I see somebody writing. I left my glasses and I'm finding it difficult to read here. Let's see who's calling here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you turn down the volume of your set and focus on your phone, please?
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
So I'm calling from Ground Zero in precise in Guti.
Wonderful. What is on your mind, sir?
So what is on my mind is how the boys are operating in Bamenda.
Okay.
Sir, we have been experiencing some problem where our own fighters are doing what more than they cannot do, because if you see on the line how those boys are operating, sir, you know, informers are betraying our brothers just because of money. And you know, La Republic are using our brothers just to kill our brothers. Are you getting me, sir?
Yes, go on. I'm hearing you.
Okay. Now, if you see many things that are happening in ground here, sir, you weep on yourself, because many of our brothers cannot even trust the boys that are laying your life for them. You will see people pointing your brothers, pointing Amber boys for nothing. I left the struggle just because of all those things I have seen on ground. You can remember of a guy called Black Rappin. I think you know him, sir.
Black Rappin, okay.
Yes, I was first former his boy on ground, working with him. But there in the community where we was working with him, we understand that many informers, they are the one who betrayed the Amazonian fighters on ground, sir. And you will see people like Joe Ayaba's Lucas group, they will be doing things and be claiming them. They are the one who do it.
Okay.
You will see that our ARF fighters are fighting on ground. You will begin to see that people are using your videos to make their money.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things are like that. So we need to put a big stop and a big end of all those things. I was ever trying to reach out to you, but today I have found my luck to reach out to one of our only best secretary, or our own. You are short. You are president in Amazonian. If God will help you, sir. But we pray you be our best man till the last end of the struggle.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I hear you. Have a great night.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, have a great night, sir, too.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, the phone line is still open, ladies and gentlemen. The phone line is still open. Go ahead and call if you want to. All right. Let's see. Hello. 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 All right. Lost the caller. In the absence, ladies and gentlemen, of any other callers, I think we'll call it a night here. Looking forward to be back, but I want to believe this has been inspiring, informative, and as well as educative. I will be back here tomorrow with a little more elaborate program. So please stay put, stay glued on ABS, and I'll be back. Good night.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on the
Sleep no be die. Shake no day. Shake no go come day. Until we reach Booyah. Until we reach Booyah. We shall never leave our journey halfway, oh. Until we reach Booyah. For November 2017, when Puwabia declare war for Ambazonia, our brothers and sisters them pick cutlass them. Our brothers and sisters them pin them guns for defend homeland. Them be talk say them go crash Amba in 2 weeks, but not 10 years now I'm counting. La Republic still nova fi crash Amba. Shey, oh for La Republic. Chop fire, una tighty. Una remember how this thing be there for 2018 now. Make una know the catch with people them for axing money. Make una know the beat with people them. Make una go back for respect with people them. Make with people them una first line of defense. Una go see say them go the LF. Una give una information. Even give una chop, give una money. Now so we want them. Una di do a good job. We thank una for all the good work. Way una di do. Amba must be free. Sleep no be die. Shake no day. Small no be sick. Oh, Amba that now we country. Wata na wata. Wata na wata. Small no be sick. Oh, Amba that now we country. Shake no day. Small no be sick. Oh, Amba that now we country. No be die.
Go on.
But I see somebody on the screen calling different.
Which screen are you?